So how was the market for Latinos in Hollywood during that time that you were coming up as a child, right? You mentioned that there was very limited roles that were written at that time. You be a gangster, you be
Yeah, it was like, what's this, what Hollywood saw Latinos, that you were either an Indian, or, just like the third banana, or, you were either a little hustler. And not only the young kids, just even the older actors. Like I said, with my dad, there was a whole bunch of great actors that took them a while. And it wasn't like now. Now you see Benicio del Toro, God bless him, a good friend of mine. He's playing white dudes and nobody even knows. You know, the fact that he's Latino, it don't matter. Back then, those roles wouldn't be, they wouldn't be available to us. And I did a movie called Tough Turf. The character was written for a little fat white guy, and I was doing, yeah, and I was doing a series for HBO, which was actually the first TV series that HBO did that we ended up getting canceled. That we got picked up for 13 episodes. We got canceled after the fifth, after we did like 8 episodes because they thought it was too raw, and it was about prison. So years later, they come out with Oz, where you got dudes. I don't know if you remember the TV show Oz.
yeah.
That took place in jail, and well, you got guys sucking dick and all that shit. So they thought Oz was bad. I wasn't even nowhere near that. So anyway, make a long story short, I was doing um, fuck, what's the name of it? Maximum Security. And my agent had called me and said, "Hey, listen, these guys want to meet you for this film." And I said, I'm working for 3 days. Alan, you already know. He goes, I can set them up for a lunch break. So I went out there. I went to Paramount Studios all the way from East LA, where we were shooting at prison. And I had a Porsche at the time, so I fucking broke every law. And I was still wearing my prison outfit from the show. I go into Paramount Studios and they look at me, what the fuck? I go over, meet with the people. I look at the sides. I'm like, there's really nothing in this for me. And the guy tells me, he goes, I want you to read this part, Mickey. And I said, all right, cool. Actually, and then I looked at it and I just said that. And I go, okay. He goes, you know what? Don't even read. I know you got to work. Are you available next? Blah, blah, blah. I said, talk to my agent. So I didn't read for the movie. Didn't do nothing. Got the part. We ended up shooting 4 weeks. Graded one of the most fun times I had. I was like 18, 19. So you can imagine back then, early 80s. Robert Downey was in the movie, James Spader, Kim Richards, myself, Katya Sassoon, Olivia Barish, and Michael Wiley, and Paul Morris. We were the 5, 6 stars that. And we were young, man. So it was Robert Downey's very first movie. He's fucking living in my house for like 3 weeks because he was living in New York, but they put him up in a hotel. But my mom being the mom she is, everybody was coming to my house for the food and just chilling. So and it was, like I said, that role was written for a little white kid. And then I did another thing called fuck, I can't remember what it was. It was written for non-specific, wasn't even a Latino character. A pharmacist. It was an Alfred Hitchcock Presents. It was a remake of the old Alfred Hitchcock thing. And it was written for this young, I guess, white kid. His name, I can't even remember the character's name. It was weird. It was an Anglo name. And the guy who directed that, I didn't even read for it. I didn't even know. I just got a call. My agent and said, "Hey, listen, you're gonna work for 2 days on this and that, Universal." I'm like, "All right, cool." Money was good. The bidding was good. I go to read for it. No, they sent me the script. I was, oh, okay. It was like 3 good scenes, and shit like that. So it started becoming a little more available for and depending on who you were too, because there was a lot of roles I was offered. Like, oh yeah, can you come play this gangster? The money's like this, but the billing's gonna be here. I'm like, cool, thank you, but nah. So I
Mm,
try to shy away from that.
right. You
And
wanted
then later on, you have Issa Marat. Huh?
you wanted to show your range that you could be do so much more.
Yeah, yeah, as a child, okay, cool, I get it, but it's blah, blah, blah. And that's what, corporate Hollywood or Hollywood saw at the time as far as, kids, playing an Indian kid. I played a lot of, Native Americans, which is cool because my mom's from Ecuador. So, she's native. I mean, she's, indigenous, so to speak. She's an Inca from the Inca tribe, South America. So I have some of that in me, and I have no problem. And then, you got, to this day, you still have certain things. But, what you see now on TV, thank God, you didn't see that in the 80s. You didn't see George Lopez. You didn't see fucking, Chico the Man was probably one of the only ones back then. You don't see, now you have these things like on HBO or Hulu and, what do you call it, Tubi, like this great show called Gentified, American Maidens Love or something like that. My friend Constance Marine's in. Now you have, the new George Lopez. All that wasn't available for us then. And thank God, we're trying to break barriers, and we still are. We still are. believe it or not, it's not an easy path. It's not an easy road.